In the 21st century, phones seem capable of everything. It sings, shows movies, takes pictures of sunsets and cats, shoots videos, guides us through the internet, and generally performs a bunch of tricks that used to seem like magic. But if the phone can do all that, then why the heck is FiiO releasing a separate portable player, the M21? Are they bored over there? Or do they know something that we haven't figured out yet? Hello, I'm Arkady Zinin from Riga. I founded Premium Hi-Fi, and here we help people finally connect with sound, not just listen to it in the background from the harsh speakers of a smartphone. So, let's see what's good about this mysterious player, if it's good at all. It can play files from internal memory and from a microSD card. Yes, that's right, cards are still alive and they're not even ashamed of it. It can also send and receive music via Bluetooth, just like a phone, but without those frantic calls from your boss. It can also work with all modern streaming services without any hassle. Basically, it's just like a phone. Well, almost. But let's figure out where that almost turns into wow, if it does at all. Inside the M21, you'll find Android 13 and 4 digital to analog converters. Yes, 4. For this price, that sounds like an outrageous luxury. Most players are fine with just one and they don't even blush. Why does M21 require so many digital to analog converters? To build a real 2-channel, 8-stream, fully differential, also known as balanced circuit. Sounds like a lecture at a polytechnic, I agree, but in plain language, here's what it means. 2 digital to analog converters handle the left channel, one for plus, one for minus. The right channel uses 2 more in the same way. And why go through all this trouble? They minimize crosstalk so that one channel doesn't interfere with the other. This improves channel separation and expands the dynamic range. So you can hear both whispers and thunder and everything in between. They reduce noise levels, there's silence where it's needed, and they provide more power at the balanced output. For those whose headphones are more finicky than an Opera Diva, balanced circuits are usually the domain of large and expensive audio systems where nobody likes compromises. And here you have this in a budget player, and no, not a single phone I know of can pull off this trick. If you happen to know one, write it in the comments, at least I'll have a laugh. The player can output sound to regular headphones with the familiar 3.5mm jack, as well as to balanced ones with a 4.4mm jack. For connoisseurs and enthusiasts who want everything to be just right, this instantly broadens the possibilities. Connect whatever you want, whether it's airplane earbuds or audiophile-grade Godzilla killers. After the signal goes through the hellish purification of 4 digital to analog converters, it enters a 2-stage amplifier. Of course, there are 4 amplifiers there as well. 2 operational amplifiers 1692 and 2 SGM8262-2. Why so much hardware? Let's put it in simple terms. The first stage is to amplify the voltage. Here, the amplitude of the signal is formed so that it's clear and sounds nice. Low noise operational amplifiers. Operational amplifiers 1692 are responsible for this. They work quietly and don't mess up. The second stage is to inject current into the signal, basically to give it more power, so it can drive even the heaviest low impedance or demanding high impedance headphones that regular smartphones can't handle. Here, SGM8262-2 buffers are at work, providing high current with low distortion. These kinds of circuits are usually found in large hi-fi systems, costing tens of thousands of euros. But here, they've packed it into FiiO's cheapest model. What are they doing? Well, apparently they're making a revolution, a quiet one, and a balanced one at that. This whole spontaneous revolution, of course, doesn't run on pure enthusiasm. It needs energy. And here's one of the coolest features, the desktop mode. When you connect an external power supply via USB-C, the player suddenly stops pretending to be modest and puts out almost 1000 milliwatts per channel. That's already the level of desktop amplifiers. Why? So that even the most demanding high-Z headphones finally play the way they're supposed to, and not like they're coming out of a tin can. Before the arrival of the M21, heavy, tight models sounded weak and muddled on portable sources, as if someone was choking them. But the M21 takes them by the hand, looks them in the eye and says, "Breathe deeper, kid, I can handle it." And he really does handle it. Inside the M21, there's not only a Snapdragon 680 and 4 digital to analog converters, but also an FPGA, field programmable gate array. Does it sound like the name of a cult? Actually, it's a microchip that engineers programmed to handle delicate and demanding tasks that a regular processor wouldn't have the patience for. In the M21, the field programmable gate array manages the entire digital audio system, ensuring every bit arrives on time and without issues. What exactly does this conductor do? It controls two ultra-precise femtosecond frequency generators to ensure that pulse code modulation and direct stream digital streams run perfectly smoothly and without jitter. It automatically detects the format of the incoming signal, pulse code modulation, direct stream digital or digital over pulse code modulation, and sets the digital to analog converters to the correct mode to avoid unnecessary conversions and losses. It also controls the balanced circuit, properly distributing the streams across 4 digital to analog converters and 4 channels, so that everything plays synchronously and beautifully. It performs various tricks like on-the-fly conversion of all signals to direct stream digital, all to direct stream digital, and manages the 10-band equalizer. Why can't the processor handle all of this? Well, you can, but then it will start to struggle, add noise, slow down, and ruin the picture. The field programmable gate array relieves the processor of this stress and ensures clear and focused sound. In short, the field programmable gate array is the conductor of the M21 digital orchestra. It keeps track of the rhythm, tempo, and makes sure that no musician is out of tune. They packed so much into the M21 to please audiophiles that at times the device itself feels a bit embarrassed. And yes, that's a problem. All these microchips generate interference and noise while operating, getting in each other's way and degrading the sound. But thank the audio gods, people came up with a solution long ago: shielding. In the M21, neat metal covers, shields, are placed over each key area, isolating the circuits from each other. What does this do? It blocks parasitic noise and emissions. It keeps the digital circuits from ruining the analog ones. It keeps the sound clean, dynamic, and predictable. In short, in serious audio designs, digital and analog circuits are always separated, shielded, and powered independently. That's exactly what they did in the M21. Another sign that it was made not by marketers with PowerPoint, but by engineers with soldering irons and a conscience. The M21 has excellent Bluetooth, and you can hear it right away. Why? Because unlike phones where they usually put the cheapest chip just to check a box in the specs, here there's a proper full-fledged module with support for LDAC and other decent codecs. I connected the M21 to the focal batis and immediately felt it. The music came alive, clear images of the musicians appeared, a sense of depth, layering, and the textures of the instruments became distinct. All the things you usually don't even expect from Bluetooth sound. No phone, not even the fanciest flagship, has ever given me this level of quality over the air. And yes, let me remind you, Bluetooth works both ways here. It can both transmit and receive. So, paired with the M21, you can use wireless headphones, or turn it into a wireless digital to analog converter if needed. I tested the sound of the M21 with open-back planar magnetic headphones Hi-Fi Man Sundara using the 4.4mm balanced output, and I connected it via 3.5mm to the Studio Phase Linear Speakers Reflector Audio Square 2. The Sundara delivers neat, energetic, and beautifully articulated sound, unmatched at this price point. You can hear distinct musician images, smooth depth layering, clear soundstage panning, and an even smooth frequency response. For the test, I tweaked it a little bit. I added about 3 decibels at 30 Hz to compensate for the lows on the Sundara, and I reduced about 6 decibels at 8 kHz to tame their highs. Impressions? This is a magical level of sound for its price. Beautiful, powerful, detailed, and without coloration. In altered direct stream digital mode, the sound becomes just a bit softer, but you really have to listen closely to notice it. After playing around with the headphones, I connected the little guy to the phased linear monitor speaker's Audio Square 2 via the 3.5 jack. There was no revolution here. Comfortable sound with slightly blurred bass, large soft images of the musicians, and overall pretty decent sound. But from all the circuitry mentioned earlier, the effect is nothing more than marketing. The revolutionary design for budget devices turned out to be insufficient for top-level sound. I'll say it again, this is a great player for the price, but you won't get top-level sound for 329 euros. The only thing that pleasantly surprised me was the Bluetooth sound, which is really great, and the cassette player skin is also cool. But if you've already ordered it, it's time to talk about the drawbacks. And yes, there are some as well. Of course, even the M21 has its own bugs, even if they're minor. Sometimes album covers get mixed up. You're listening to a lyrical ballad and suddenly a tough Rammstein cover appears on the screen. Twice in an hour while listening over Bluetooth, the track skipped to the next one on its own, without asking. In all-to-direct stream digital mode, you can sometimes hear quiet clicks between tracks, like someone rustling a candy wrapper. None of this is critical and it will clearly be fixed with updates. But as an honest audiophile, I had to warn you. Phones have conditioned us to ignore true sound, prioritizing convenience and reducing music to mere background noise for notifications. And FiiO M21 honestly says, I can't do everything like a phone, I only do one thing, but I do it well. I sound. And you know, sometimes it's nice to have something in your pocket that doesn't try to handle everything at once, just somehow, but confidently says, I'm beautiful and I truly sound. That is all from me, Arkady Zenin, and may the force and the right sound that accompanies it be with you. Visit us.